I'm counting.
Oh, who is it?
Just
It's a Grim.
Oh, it's Crow.
Oh my gosh! So he's just been
Yeah.
in the shadows the entire time.
Yeah. All right. So no, what do we just watch?
RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 4, called
Dope.
Family.
Family. This episode was like really more focused on Yang. I was surprised. I thought Weiss might have been in there, but no. No, it was actually just Yang and a few actually Yang. There's a little bit of Ranger there, and we got to see quite a bit of Crow, and also Raven as well.
Seems like the whole family thing is kind of like an overarching theme of this entire season, almost.
Okay. It's starting to look like that now, yeah. Although I'm keeping my eye on John, seeing... Well, I guess unless you call like Ranger like a family by himself, then that'd be cool too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think like in the modern age, like the term family has sort of had somewhat of a like re-envisioning because a lot of people, especially like our age, you know, have been let down by our families and like have made new families like in amongst our friends. And like that's, you know, a lot of people. So I think that I think that's kind of a lot of what that conversation between Crow and Raven was about.
Mm-hmm. It was so interesting, that conversation, because like a lot of it was just kind of like going over my head because I didn't really know exactly what they were talking about. They said like, does Salem have it? It's like, what's that it?
Now you tell me, does Salem have it?
I thought you weren't interested in all of that.
What are they talking about?
Just want to know what we are up against.
What's the it?
And which we are you referring to?
Truly. I mean, I think that's just a question to be answered on a later date. I would like to know more. It seems like Crow has definitely tried to like distance himself from like his clan or family.
Yeah.
You're the one who left. The tribe raised us, and you turned your back on them.
Raven and Crow.
They were killers and thieves.
They were your family.
You have a very skewed perception of that word.
That's Raven's resigning in as like the leader, the chief.
Yeah, that's obviously something that's like divided their family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does Crow have... What kind of relationship does Crow have with Yang's dad?
Well, I mean... Well, if we're talking about like that original group, which was
they were
Tai
on the
Yang,
team, right?
Yeah, Tai Yang, Crow, Raven, and Summer. And Tai Yang has made babies with both Summer and Raven, so that makes RWBY and Yang sisters, and Crow is Raven's brother, so that makes them like in-laws. Yeah,
That's super weird.
yeah.
So like Tao Yang got it on with two members of his own team.
Yeah.
Like that's really what happened.
Yeah. I don't know, like, it had to be Raven first, and then Summer. I think, yeah, because, like, Raven's, like, the leader of her clan, she's, like, really kind of separated herself.
Summer Rose is dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Like, for sure dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I really want to bring up the fact that, like, we got to see who I think is the Spring Maiden, that young boy. He looks into the mirror, he hears someone, turns out it's Ozpin.
It's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Kind of
Hello, I'm Professor Osborn.
No way.
Ozpin.
Yeah, he's alive. It's like, hi, I'm Ozpin. And he's like, oh shit.
Yeah. You know, he's almost absolutely got the powers of the Spring Maiden. And now that, like, where are the Fall Maiden's powers at right now? Are they... Because that's kind of complicated, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's 4 maidens. I know that Cinder has Fall's powers.
Cinder absolutely has 100% of that power.
Yeah. And Spring is currently being looked over by Ozpin, what it seems. I would like to say that RWBY has like Summer's powers because like it's kind of you'd make that easy correlation because Summers is like her mother's name, but maybe not.
Yeah, well, the thing that bothers me is that you have RWBY, who's the daughter of a person named Summer, and then you have Weiss, whose sister's name is Winter.
True,
but I feel like that would be a little bit too easy. But the fact that
yeah.
we've already had those two characters introduced, and the only two other maiden characters maybe that have shown up are the other two. Mm-hmm. You think?
Maybe. I mean, like...
But you'd think that they'd make, Winter Schnee a bigger deal if she was the Winter Maiden.
Well, also the fact that they're not really focusing on the Winter Maiden anyway at the moment. Right now they're focusing on Spring. So maybe like within the next couple volumes we'll see Winter, but like more of an emphasis on the fact that she is, or maybe is a maiden. But that's just to be seen later on.
Yeah, I mean...
Only speculation.
I don't know, though.
Yeah.
Because we don't know who the Fall Maiden's name was.
Yeah.
It was never said, and also, I mean, there's so much to be said about whoever the Spring Maiden ends up being.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well...
But we do have two, like, main characters who are tied to Summer and Winter, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
So that can't just be coincidence, and if it is, that's really sloppy. Like...
Well... okay. I don't really have much to say about the maidens as far as... Well, it's like, is what you see, what you get. We got Spring and... What may be Spring, and that's kind of what we have so far.
Yeah.
And of course, like, the overarching question for me right now is just like, what was Raven and Crow talking about specifically? Because they were talking about Yang a little bit, but then it really just kind of branched off immediately afterward.
If it's an artifact, it's probably something akin to
Artifact.
like the Philosopher's Stone or something like that.
Something like
Something
that.
very similar. Or some kind of big thing. I mean...
Yeah, like, it even raises more questions as to, like, what exactly has Osmond been doing? Because, like, if it's found in the school and, Salem hasn't found it yet, then Osmond's been really, like, planning ahead for this.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Osmond does seem to be kind of like... He seems to have, like, the pieces where he wants them on the chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he's shown not to be dead, like, it's very obviously going to be, like... I don't know. It very obviously seems like the two players of the game are Salem and Osmond.
Yeah. But the fact that, like, the pawns are very individualistic, they act on their own accord. And so, at some point, it's probably what Osmond's trying to ring them all together. Not forcefully, but just, like, through their own goals and aspirations.
Yeah.
They're going to be part of, like, this army, if you will, that Osmond's going to collect and, like, fight off Salem.
Well, I'm guessing Ozpin has some sort of relationship to that, like, farmer character that showed up in the short about the maidens.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that he has some connection to that guy. And then I feel as though all these characters keep saying, like, I knew Beacon would fall. Like, oh, Beacon's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Oh, like, I'm sure Ozpin has known this and has been preparing for it for, like, centuries.
It's so weird now that, like, we're having this discussion to think back at, like, Volume 1 that this was... Well, I can only assume this was going to happen. Because, like, Volume 1 seemed very much so innocent. I mean, you had your villain. I was like, man, I already forgot his name. Redhead.
Are you talking about Roman? Roman Torchwick.
And Cinder, just like the fact that it all built up to like where it is now in the story, where it's like there's all these different characters and stuff like that. I can't
believe that Torchwick is gone. I like that guy.
I know, but the thing is, like, he was meant to be like a disposable character, but people just love him that much.
Oh well.
Also, where's Neo? I want to know where Neo is.
A lot of people are saying that. I could really care less. I don't really care for her that much.
I hope that she joins the group somehow.
I don't see that happening. She seems kind of like a homunculus. Super freaking evil.
Maybe she's like a little bit of loose cannon. We'll see what happens to her.
We shall certainly see.
Also, I wanted to point out, like, put together a part where Yang like goes downstairs, sees the two different professors with Tai Yang. They're having this friendly conversation, and though like there's a lot of like psychological effect that's going on in like Yang's mind as far as like the arm and like Adam, she's still able to like put up this front and be cheerful and have a good laugh here and there. But the fact is that it's still not gone. But now that like, she's put on the prosthetic arm, it's time for Tai Yang and her just to get to work, get training.
Okay. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Yang is as tough as woodpecker lips, dude. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, she's gonna come out on top.
Yeah.
And that, that's for certain.
And that shows definitely in this episode.
Yeah.
Whereas last episode was a little bit, we're unsure like how she's going to be. But I think she's taking the right step in the right direction. Very early on, too.
It's going to be cool seeing her, like, get her confidence back in combat and whatnot. Well.
All right. I think we're good here.
On to the next one.
All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. #bye.
If you honestly think that you're ready to go out there on your own, well, I guess you lost some brain cells along with that arm.
Ooh.
You jerk!
Wow. They got that. Oh my god.
that was,
I'm glad they didn't make it into what it could have been.